Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys can hear me and see me clearly. My name is Samin, and we are here for the third or fourth BCL 2024 podcast. And today we will be meeting with a new team in the BCL tournament, the Saints. This is going to be their first time competing in BCL in the 3 years that the competition has been running. And the lineup looks very exciting. I have three individuals, from the team. So let's meet them today. I'll just wait for them to come in. All right. So with me, I have Imroz Paya, Tasin Paya, and Big Vets. And I think I've got Imzi. Assalamu alaikum, brother. How are you?
Salam. How are you guys?
Alhamdulillah, we're doing well. A lot of familiar faces. When I heard the Saints name, I've seen you guys probably play a few tournaments and whatnot before. I didn't know that. I probably know all four of you guys that I'll be meeting with today. So, if I'm correct, Imroz Bhai, you're the skipper for the team. You'll be leading the side.
Correct. Yes.
Amazing. All right. So just introduce yourself and the team, and tell us a bit more about Saints and how you guys came together for the tournament.
All right. So I think it's 3 or 4 years ago. We the background of Saints. It's sort of group of friends that we hang together. We used to play in different teams. Then one year we decided that we should just play together because we hang with each other mostly in most weeks and most weekends. So our first comp was I think BSL. I think we was knocked out in semis, unbeaten, and. So next year I had a baby. One of us got married, so we sort of stopped for a couple of years, and then we're back again this year, and then we're back again with a great sort of group of friends as well. And I know this few, as you can see, bits here, IMSI's here, and this a lot of players that I've been looking and hearing about throughout like last 10 15 years that we've been playing, and then now we're all in the same team this year, so it's very exciting. This year it's sort of a reborn or reborn of Saints you can call it.
Amazing. And while we were waiting in the lobby 5 minutes ago, when I saw because you and Tasabaya joined the lobby first, that reminded me of a scorecard that I saw from BCL 2023. So just while the intro was playing, I brought it up, right? This was the Striking Burners game versus Sydney Fighters last year. And I remember you guys were sort of doing okay, but then you guys ended up with 225. So I checked the scorecard, and at the end, what I have is Tahsin Ahmed 64 not out of 29 with 5 fours and 6 sixes, 220 strike rate. And Imroz Moin, I hadn't seen this name previously. 62 not out of 24, 8 fours and 3 sixes at a strike rate of 258. So, if I'm correct, you guys were part of the champion team. So you guys were essentially could have came in with the Striking Burners as title defenders, but you guys have chosen to sort of regroup. Where does Vets come into the picture? Vets is always in the green jersey with the Randy Raiders boys. Vets, what are you doing here?
It's interesting you say that. Look, I think the last time I played with Tasin was 8-9 years ago, and we won the cup then as well. We chased down 196 of 20 overs, and I've never had the opportunity to play with Tasin or Imroz, and especially Raymond. Raymond, he's like the mover and shaker of the team. So I thought it would be good to play with these bunch of fellas. I meet them every Sunday or so, whether it's on the field or off, normally at Tasin's place. So I thought it's a good opportunity to come into the team and see where we go, and let's see how we go.
Yeah. Sweet as. And Imlag Bhai, I think last time, if I'm correct, I saw you in the Vipers team. Maybe you came in for a couple of games. I think Taz was there as well. So, what do you think of the comp?
Yeah, it's really good. I thought, as I said, minus the drive from, Sefton to, out west, but I thought it was good. It was well run. You guys were there doing all the live stream. Field's good. And it's an opportunity for me now. Again, Tasin, we played Randy Graders that year, and that was my first year. I was fresh. I could barely bat at the time. I remember, I was just learning. Imroz Bhaiya, I played with, Dockers. We played together. So, Vets obviously we played together. So I think it's going to be good. We all know each other somehow, and for us to, because we're going to take a break from Raiders. So, I'm looking forward to it. So it's going to be really good comp.
I mean, there's also a reason our work sort of we shows a lot of boys from the Greens, right? Because over the years, if you see their playing style and sort of bonding they have within the team, they're very aggressive, and that's how, as the Saints, we like to play. We obviously play for win. We have fun in the ground as much as we can. Make sure we enjoy the Sunday so that we're spending together. But at the same time, we are very aggressive in nature when we play. So I think that's one of the reasons we hopefully will click.
Yeah, I don't 100%. I don't doubt the aggressiveness at all. I've got 4 Tonkas on the screen with me, so I mean, if I was in a side and I had the 4 of you batting 1, 2, 3, and 4, Kirkham isn't the biggest oval. I think you guys have played there, so you probably would know it doesn't necessarily have the biggest boundary. So 6s are probably the way to go, especially if you guys are using Betty's bats as well. I always like giving those a plug. Who else is sort of in the lineup? Some familiar faces from the last year, or some other guys that you guys have played in previously in Saints, or what's the rest of the lineup looking like?
We do. So there are some core players. Of course, again, the idea is brotherhood. Betty, Imlak, and all, we know each other for decades. And it's, again, a excuse like we do every Sunday. It is to meet up, hang out with the boys. But again, I wanted to name this as England got Bazball, we've got Rose Bowl. So this BCL, we will give a different type of cricket, and surely BCL will love us for this. A lot of views, hopefully. From the core team, we still have Rafi, Fahad. He's playing for Blazing Bull, but Fahad started his cricket with Saints. We got Tanzilur. We got Musaib. We have Subair. So quite a few other players, along with the most senior, and the most experienced player, which is Ramon. He is the head of everything, and he is evergreen and still leading us from the background. So yeah, we've got a very, very good team, but it will be fireworks every match.
100%. I saw a comment here from Kamazon Saka. Reddy Pie, you are with Saints. I don't know who Reddy Pie is.
I think he was. I think he was referring to me.
Oh, Reddy.
Yeah.
You have a Reddy?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I spoke to all of you.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be great. It's going to be a good side, like Tassin was saying. It's going to be a pleasure playing with Imroz, as well as half the Raiders lineup. But I'm also looking forward to playing with Fahad. We versed him last year in the finals, or this year in the finals, and yeah, he's a top-notch batsman as well as bowler.
It's going to be good fun. And I guess as a team, what are your expectations for the comp? Is there any particular team you guys are looking forward to playing the most? And who do you guys think will be in the grand final? I saw a comment right now saying that's a champion team. If I'm looking at this lineup, I reckon you guys will go pretty far in this comp. If not lifting the trophy, I would say at least like quarters. Because just from the names you've said, that's a dangerous lineup. Again, considering that Camden doesn't necessarily have the biggest boundaries. I think if you guys bat first, there's like a good 210, 220 coming most weeks from you guys. So just back to my question: is there any particular team you guys are looking forward to playing the most?
My ideal would be a striking Burners versus Saints final, and Saints takes the trophy. That would be ideal. But again, striking Burners is still a very, very good team again. But that's the fun about BCL. So I did hear some other podcasts, and they were saying how people are taking different players and trying to make it strong. I do not agree with it. I think BCL was one of these tournaments, and one of the reasons why Saints is here is we were always planning to play together again, right? Because we can't commit a year because we got so many other things to do, right? But BCL provided us with that platform where different players can come together, right? There are some benefits out of it. I got to play with people like Rajiv Sharkar, who have never played. He's one of the best in the business. I've been playing for 17 years. BCL gave me the opportunity to play with Rajiv Sharkar, Banna. Now we're coming together, Tanzilur, Vedi, Imro. There's so much to gain experience from playing with these great who've been playing for this long. So really, it is an opportunity we took. And I think for us, scoring 200, 250, even at 300, of course, we would love to. But that's not all about Saints, those numbers or those sixes. It would be, again, we can confirm that Sunday is going to be fun day from March to the end of BCL. That's what we're looking for that laugh, some good cricket, and very competitive cricket as we are when we are in the ground. One of the reasons why request Raiders to join us is we kind of have the same kind of value where inside the ground it's war. So everyone should be ready for war.
I like that. I like that. That's it. I love that.
That's it, you mean?
I don't know about the rest, but I'm looking forward to playing the Sydney Brothers. I reckon Brothers versus Saint in the final. You know, you guys are in good form. You know, coming first in the BSL group stages. So yeah, that's my prediction. Saint versus Brothers in the final.
Inshallah, it's always fun with that rivalry. You know, when you're versing an opposition that you know so well that, you know, off the field you guys would you know, have a feed together, but then when you're on the field, it's like just it sort of just pumps you up in a different way. So you know, I had the pleasure. I think Imzi, when I versed your team last year, I don't think you were there, but I would have versed Tasin Bhaiya in that semi-final where you guys, you know, knocked us out. I think Imroz Bhaiya, you didn't play that semi-final. From what I remember, I don't think so. And yeah, I want to play against Vets. Vets never played with you or against you, so that'll be good fun. He calls us. What do you call us? The What's Up Brothers.
What's up, brothers? But, you know, that's a term of endearment because I love every one of your players, like, you know, Raki and Ronak, yourself, Sam. So, you know, and as well as your captain, very knowledgeable guy. And for me, you guys are like my little brothers. So yeah, what's up, brothers? But there's love in that.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, if you're gonna verse us, make sure you bump us. Don't go easy. Yeah, it's funny when you hit someone in the face. Just not me.
I'm too old to bump people.
I've seen you bowling recent times. I saw you bowling in the what was the grand final? Didn't you guys just win the
Shadinota Cup? Yeah.
Randy Ware as a champion? Yeah, I saw you bowling literally the first over, and you're like walking up to the batsman and, you know, looking him down. And stuff. Like that's the sort of energy I love from seeing. From
thank you. Thank you, but I'm not that aggressive. So
yeah, all right. Look, just in terms of your team as well, what do you guys think sort of sets you apart from the teams in BCL 2024? Assalamualaikum, Bhaiya. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, how you going? Can you hear me?
Good, thanks.
I couldn't resist looking at everybody's beautiful faces. Imzi, Asim Bhai, my bro. What's going on?
We're all good, thank you. We're still
just beautiful talk.
Yeah, we're just halfway through. Got a few more questions, so feel free to just chip in wherever. We don't have any, it's not like formal or anything like that. So yeah, feel free to just chip in. I was going to say, from what you guys have told me, you guys have known each other for a very long time. You know, the team's sort of like a brotherhood. Is there anything else that you guys think sort of sets you apart? I actually might rephrase that question. Would you guys describe yourself as, if you had to pick one, a batting or bowling side?
Oh, interesting. We were just looking at when we were registering everyone. Looks like everyone is all-rounder except me. I think I was marked as all-rounder as well, though I'm hardly bowl. So, but in that sense, like what sense sort of put us apart? I think we probably have to take a different, again, an average of age in this team. Because I think last time Saints played, I think average age was around 35 and up. This time, I'm not sure. We probably have some young guns make our age bracket down, but we are all really pretty oldies, you can call it. We've been and which we love, and that's the thing. Okay, just playing with youngsters or against us, it's so fun to see that we're competing with some really young players, and we were able to put a dent in some cases. So, yeah.
So,
Amazing.
sorry, Tassin, you were going to say
I
something.
just wanted to say that having experience of Raiders means we will be able to defend low totals, and having experience of Saints means we will be able to score more runs. So we have both ways. Raiders, I've played against Raiders where we've booked them for 88 runs, and I was on the top of my lungs screaming that, yep, today we've smashed them. They've booked us for 56 runs. And this is not one story. These are many stories like this that BD community has been seeing. So Raiders will defend it, and us will score the run. So we have both. I think we have a very, very good balance with spinners. We have got great spinners who had a really good tournament, like Mosaib, the last one. Imi had a great Shadinota Cup. He's coming in with that confidence. So
Got lucky.
I think it's a very balanced team.
Yeah,
Me?
and I will say this, and I think for spin, especially for me, I think what makes the difference is the fielding, right? I always say to the guys, it's about holding on to those bloody catches. You know, if the guy's not catching, I'm not picking up wickets. And ask Abu this as well. He will attest to this.
Yeah,
Same
I
with
agree.
Nasser.
100%.
Right. I think the key thing is gonna be, I think most teams can bat and ball, you know, do all of that well. Of course, you got to execute, but I think the fielding is gonna be the key. I feel, you know, where, you know, the team that fields and holds on to their catch, I reckon, you know, they'll end up at the top somewhere.
Sorry, I forgot something. Nasabai is also a Saints.
Yeah, that's oh
Yeah.
man.
I've seen him drop his
Legendary.
grenades on live streams, so I'm keen to see him in the tournament. I think that'd be really good. No, but like you said, for spinners, 100%, like you know, taking those catches, such a big thing. And in BCL, where teams are pretty stacked, like, you know, you drop that catch and you know, the right batsman hits, you know, the right ball out of the middle and they get going. It's like before you know, they're scoring lots of runs. And back to what Tasma, you were saying that you know, you guys can, because you guys have the Raiders players and you can defend small totals, and you know, you've got you guys as well to score a lot of runs. I have seen like the Raiders pull off some heists, you know, even in recent times, games where it didn't look too likely that they were going to win, and then, you know, still managed to sort of get there in the end. Vets, was there a game recently where you guys won with like one ball remaining or something? I think you chased it down.
I think
last week,
was it,
Could be
I
against
think it
Green
was,
Boys. Could be against Green Boys in
Yeah, 193. Yeah, 193
yeah,
chase
the
down.
Green Boys really did a run on us. We didn't have a few players that game either, but look, they batted very well, and kudos to them. They scored 193, and I think we were 5 IMSI for like 80 or
I
something.
feel like 80. Yeah.
Yeah, or out of, from like 13 overs. And the good thing with us is we can bat till really late. So we've got batters down till 10, 11, 12. So it really helped us where we actually chased that total down. And it was definitely a good chase.
Yeah.
Hey,
100%.
Remo!
Thanks for coming on. We've got I think my KO subscription expired, so I've got a better view of the what is that, the Sixers versus the Heat Big Bash final. Thanks for joining, guys.
Dipsy, put on mute, mate.
I think also, Samin, to add to it, what you'll see with experienced players like Betty, Imzi, and Mosaib, right? What happens is it's sometimes not the skill, it's the will. I have often seen probably Raiders just playing an average game, right? And there is something, and I'm looking forward to playing with them to learn that skill, right? They will create, not by ball or bat, but they create this atmosphere, right? Inside the field. I felt it. I've batted. I felt it that it's an easy game, and I'm on top of my form, but somehow they're on top of me. The people try and say that they are aggressive or anything, but I think that's their strength. They're mentally stronger than a lot of teams. I think it's the mental strength and the belief that they have had so many cups together that they know it's matter of that one wicket or it's matter of that one good ball, and they will be up. So if you don't let these players go on top of you, in a game, you are on top. But yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to, and I love that cricket, how they turn nothing into a good match, right, Vedi?
It's interesting you say that, because we played against, I think it was the Eagles a couple of weeks ago. It was the first day, I think first week back from New Year. As you know, Tassim, we had a big one at yours. And I think we only scored, look, no one wanted to be there. We only scored 130 runs. Eagles were flying high. They were 2 for 90, I think, off like 9 overs. But we won by 15 runs. So I think you're right. It's the mentality at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's completely the energy. Like you gotta have 100% in there, and you can just make from 0 to hero. That's what you gotta be like. If your energy is not there, you're not gonna be winning the game. Like it's all the energy and the mentality. Like
100%.
what Tassim says.
And I think you're playing for the Strikers currently in this BSL season. Is that right?
Oh, me?
Me?
Tassim Bhaiya, yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, like
that's
I think I saw the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw the other day Blazing Bulls scored about 220 and you guys chased it down. So I think, in the shorter format of the game, especially, it's one of those things where, you can end up losing some early wickets. But it's just like, it's, you're like, oh, whatever, if you're chasing down like one of the 200 scores and, under, say, 50 runs, if you've lost about, say, 3 or 4 of your top order, it's really easy to just say, yeah, might as well just like go for a hack. The game's sort of a write-off, but you see all the time. It really just takes that one batter to just say, nah, this is the run rate. This is the required run rate. I'm just gonna sort of take ownership and try and take this one all the way to the end. I think there's, if you just have that one batsman, even they can, again in 20 overs, sort of take the game away. So. The mentality is definitely something that's very, very important. And I think it's that's one of the things that separates more tenured teams from the newer teams. The newer teams sort of focus on the numbers and they're like, nah, how am I going to score, say, 12 runs and over for 15 overs straight? Whereas more tenured teams are like, all right, we've done something like this before. We've pulled this off before. We just got to do the same thing, keep that mentality, and, you come through with a win in the end. So 100% agree with everything that you guys have said. How is preparation going for BCL 2024? Is it really coming off the back of playing in other tournaments and warming up that way? Or are you guys sort of starting to get together, jump in the nets and that sort of thing?
We are. So Ramon's, I think, Imroz? Yeah, Imroz, go ahead.
Well, so as you know, I've taken a bit of a break from cricket, and then I played off and on with striking burners and some match strikers. So I've just started going back to a bit of exercise. I said I'm going to start gym this year, but I haven't started yet. So just going back to shape, and target is hopefully from maybe mid-February we'll start practice. I know these guys are playing every weekend as we speak now, so they're in touch. Our Saints team, I think we will call soon for a practice, or at least meet and greet, and start from there. But I'm confident, as I said, it's something, the player lineup we have, we've been playing for so long. This should be the most memory, and just have to restart.
100%. Yeah, from what you guys have spoken about so far, I think the bonding is sort of there, right? Because you guys all know each other, and knowing each other off the field really translates to chemistry on the field. Typically, that's what I've seen, and from my own experience as well. Like Sydney Brothers isn't, we're not the oldest team. We've been around for probably less than 3 years now, but we're sort of just like mates off the field. So, even when we started playing, commentators would say, "Oh, it looks like they've been playing for a long time." And it was just because, we're mates with each other and we're sort of hanging out, but, there's a cricket game going on amongst us as well. So I really agree with that. I think I did cut someone off. Was someone else going to say something?
No, I was just saying the same thing, Samin. Yeah, there are big names, but let's not go with big names only. Of course, what we have is the team bonding by default. Yeah. So there's not much of team building. We don't need to, but yeah, training soon. The problem is some of us live in Northwest and some in the Southwest. So we boys have to find a middle ground, or we're thinking about Airbnb in Southwest somewhere for the next 2 months so that we can play in Camden. So let's see. Yeah. We'll work something out. Definitely on the card.
If you've noticed, the end that you bat from at Camden, around the Kalpana region, there's that little house up on the hill.
Yeah.
You can always hit them up and say, I might rent your place for a couple of months. You guys can probably stay there. You might have to sleep on the floor, but it's a nice spot. You can watch all the games as well for free.
So I mean, we're live, but there are a lot of people, of course, watching. But any excuse is a good excuse to get away. So that is it. That will be. Trust me, it's on the list.
Oh, good. I want to ask another interesting question to you guys as well. Obviously, a lot of the games, sometimes they just don't go your way, even if you sort of give it your best shot. Post game, how do you guys unwind? I know I personally, it's just like I sort of reduce the depression with food. Just go for a big feed with the boys, and it's try and swallow some of it down. But how do you guys, I guess, unwind after a tough game that doesn't go your way? And that could be anything from a tight loss to just getting absolutely smashed one.
We've always done food, so Bangladeshi, so it will be a biryani or somewhere, or Al Jannah. So food is always a good one. That's mine, and we usually sit and laugh it out, what has happened and what we can do. We're not too hard on ourselves, I don't think, any one of us. But yeah, you feel sad, but I think food always makes it happy. But let's see what the other boys say.
Yeah, mine's the same. Very, very why, and I just go for kachi always. I mean, I used to do that all the time. Back in the days, I think about around 2017, 2018, I used to go watch cricket with him.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, whoever we lost, we win. After that, we go Nawabi or Nawab, getting a big feed. We go home. We don't tell our missus that we actually had our lunch already. That's true, right? Like,
Your missus is listening. Your missus is listening, bro.
no, she's
I sent her the link.
I'm making sure like I'm in a secure spot at the moment, so I don't get any protection, you know what I mean? So
she can't get to him.
true. Like get a good feed and you happy. Don't think about it. The game. Just to be honest, at the end of the day, you're playing park cricket. Just so don't think too much. You know?
But Mosey, you probably don't get a much chance to have a feed because you guys are always winning. So there is no sadness in Raiders.
Win or lose, bro.
Dugout.
Doesn't matter.
I will say this. We've had 2 years of patches where we've lost. We've lost Shadinata Cup final, right? We've lost, I think, BSL. We didn't even make it past the group stage. So, we've had tournaments where, we've actually lost. Last 2 years, if you look back, we haven't been winning, right? So until the Shadinata Cup. I know the guys like Kachi. I know me, I'm highly competitive. I like to win. So sometimes food doesn't cut it. I probably need to not see people for a couple of days and not think about cricket, right? I try to not think about cricket, no cricket, and talk, a couple of days, sink it all in, and then kind of reset my mindset. I think you need a clear mindset and come back fresh, I think that always helps. But yeah, some of those losses did hurt. I personally said it hurt, right? And I'm sure Vedi can attest to this inside, whilst it is park cricket, we do have some vested interest, we're there, we want to win. But yeah, it's not always pleasant.
We had it on the topic from Z though.
One of the
topic from Z.
I think Imroz Baz is going to say something. Right?
Yeah. One of the key features of the Team Saints is because we are friends and we are big advocate of each other. Like even this year, although Vets, MZ, I never played for Saints, but I'm so excited to see them play. Right? I want to see Vets ball and maybe opening the spell, and so excited to see that. But at the same time, you'll see in the field if Meremon and me batting together or Tassin, we give each other so much hard time if you drop a catch or play a shot that's not supposed to play. And in the end of the game, that ragging goes on for so long, and even in the group, that you don't really have time to like that's probably one of the way to unwind, to just get the stress out. But we each other on the field so much that sometimes opponent goes, what's going on? Is it this, they are playing the same team or not? But that's how it is.
Yeah. No, 100%. Look, I guess you always need someone to hold you accountable. I've played some poor shots, or you just bowl in the wrong areas. You do it on purpose, and you need someone in your team to be like, hey, it's something's not going to work, right? There's a plan in the game. You got to play towards the plan, and if you don't, then you're going to lose, and you're going to lose alongside the rest of your team as well, right? You let yourself down, you let down the rest of your team as well. So I agree with that. Sometimes you just, but we just sort of turn it into banter whenever we can as well, and then you just come back the next Sunday and go at it again. So yeah, look, I think we are out of time. I really enjoyed doing this podcast. I picked this one out because I saw some of the names and I was like, this is going to be one hell of a team. A lot of there's been teams in the past throughout the community where they just got together, like 11 or 12 superstars, and they just didn't achieve much because it doesn't just work like that, especially when everyone's sort of playing for themselves. But based on what you guys have said and your history, it seems like you guys are just a bunch of mates that want to hang out on Sundays by playing some cricket, and I'm super excited to see you guys play the comp. I think you guys will do really well, definitely. I know there's going to be 2 groups in the group stage, so if you don't come up against you guys in the group stage, then I'd love to come up against you guys in the playoffs. And I think I can very confidently say you guys will play the playoffs. I don't say that for every single team, but super excited. I'll be there commentating in your guys' games as well, so I think it'll be super fun. And thanks guys for joining again. All the best in I guess your preparation over the next couple of months, and then see you guys out in out in Camden in a couple of months.
Great.
Thank you very much. Thank you, UCL.
Before we just give a shout to Dipto, we talked about all Randwick players, but Dipto is coming from actually PS Masters and Passos and we've played together before, and very excited to play with him again.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Keen. Alrighty, thanks again, guys, for joining. Have a great night, and
thanks everyone.
Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
See ya.